Okay, this is Coach Matt. This is scout film from this weekend's game, tomorrow's game. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over a few plays, the formations, offensive formations that the Lutz Chiefs run, so you guys can get an idea of exactly what we were talking about during practice this week. So this is the first formation where we went over where the two back and three back are lined up right behind the end in the tackle, and then the four back is right off of the outside shoulder, or really right off the backside of the defensive end. So I think you guys remember it. Our defensive call here is going to be fire. This is where Justin will pull you back, put you at middle linebacker. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. Sean, you'll always be on the strong side. And remember, Sean, you've got to widen out to right here. Got it? Justin, you're going to fill this area right here. Dallas and Jonathan, I want you to watch this. This is what we were going over yesterday. Remember, they will run this formation both sides. So this defensive end does what you guys have been trained to do, which is contain, right? Which is exactly what we went over. And what happens is this offensive end simply kicks him out. And as a result, look at the massive running lane that this guy goes through. So it's just an easy kick out here on the defensive end. He's got a big running lane. He's a very shifty back. He's actually pretty quick. He comes up and he cuts out. So a couple things. Zach, in this case, you're on this side. Karan, you're on this side. You've got to be very quick on your feet. We want you to play a little bit back. So in a situation like this, where he comes up, you're able to crash down and make the play. Sean, this is one reason where you're playing outside here anyways. You're playing on the outside edge. This is why you have to fill hard. You cannot go back. If you go back, if any of our linebackers go back, it will absolutely kill us. So I'll play it through. Let me just drag it through. Guy makes a pretty good run here. Safety, Braden, you've got to come up strong too. In this case, here's the safety. He makes the, or he's there to make a play. This linebacker here does a good job. So we'll carry it through. Okay, so we're going to go to play number, this is play number 8. We're going to go to play number 27. Same exact formation. I want to show you the difference defensive ends. So we'll go to play 27. Let me put it on pause. You can see it's the exact same formation. This is actually a very good look of it where the two back and three back are right behind the tackle in the end, and then the four back is right behind the offensive end. Watch what happens here, guys. Dallas and Jonathan, watch the defensive end here. Watch what he does. Instead of containing outside, he comes inside, which is what we're telling you to do. And if he's a little bit quicker and keeps his head open, the runner runs right by him. That's why you guys have to crash down quickly. That's why we're telling you on this fire play, you're crashing down quickly. Now remember on this, Sean, if this is you, you're out here. Justin, you're going to be moving from the line to middle linebacker, and then Landon, you'll be over here. So we'll run a 5-3. But Jonathan and Dallas, this is exactly on this play why we want you to crash down. He should have made the play there. Also, watch this corner. He does a really good job, Zach and Karan, of coming up and making the play. He almost bounces it out, though, right? Watch. Corner gets a little bit too deep. Here he is. Commits too far inside. The guy almost bounces it out. So I'm going to play this from the very beginning. There you go. Okay, so same formation. This is the formation that they run the pass play out of as well. So we're going to go to play number 11. Braden, remember you're keying on number 4, who's the tight end, on every play. It's tough to see on this, guys, because the photography is absolutely horrible. But what happens? They are set up. It's set up in the same way where they've got, if this is the end, which is this guy here, they've got the 2 back, the 3 back, and then the 4 back in that same formation we just went over. Here's the tight end. All he does is, there he is, there is, he starts here and just releases to the flat. So I want to show you something. Karan, this is the corner. He cheats in because he thinks it's a run, and because he thinks it's a run, this whole area is wide open. Fortunately for the Bengals, you're going to see, look how wide open he is. Kid misses the play. All right. So on this, remember, Karan or Zach, typically they're throwing this pass to our left side. So Karan, you're going to be here. You've got to be looking in to the tight end, number 4. Okay? Every play, just look in. Braden, you know to do that. So you're going to be cheating to this side anyways. The typical pattern they run is just this. He just runs into the flat. And I'll show you a couple more. All right. So we'll go to play number 58. Again, very poor videos here, but you'll get the idea on another play coming up. So this is one where you see he's caught the pass in the flat. This is number 4, where he's already caught the pass and he gets down the sidelines. And the reason he caught it, look at the corner. Corner bit in again. Safety's not over. And they get probably a 15 or 20-yard gain. All right, so this next play is going to really show you very well what this play looks like. So you'll get a good look at it. They run it a lot. Okay, so they're down the goal line, run it on all downs. See that formation that's set up here? Same formation. You're going to watch the tight end just peel right here. Corner cheats in. Safety's way too far over. And in this case, it's a, I think it's an extra point. They just scored a touchdown, so it's an extra point. So watch. There he goes, wide open. So all he's doing is releasing right here into the flat. So if this corner, he actually didn't do a bad job. Initially he didn't do a bad job because he's going back on that pattern. He's reading the pass. You guys know that it's a pass. At this point, you got to get back and cover. Jonathan also, in this case, you see this end, he does a nice job of containing. Now here's what you have to be aware of, Jonathan. On this play, remember this formation, you're crashing, so keep your head up, or Dallas, depending on what side. But more than likely, Jonathan, it's going to be on your side. They only threw this particular pass, and the reason that's the case is he's thrown with his body this way. If they were to run the pattern back this way, he'd be thrown against it. So just corners, be aware. And Braden, you've got to be keying on him, number 4, the entire game. They'll throw that play probably 6 times. The only other play that I saw that they ran out of this, and this is why our ends and our corners have to be very, especially on the weak side in this case, is they'll do a quarterback keeper to the weak side. So you will see same formation. what he will do is he will fake handoff here and boot this way. So weak side end, weak side corner, you can't cheat. So there's the fake. Everyone thinks it's a dive. Karan, this corner does a really nice job coming upfield and pursuing through the backfield. This defensive end does a nice job containing. As a result, they stretch it out, and he gets no, I think he gets a loss here. So the corner does a really good job there. And they make a nice play. But you have to be aware of that. Remember, what they'll do, they'll hammer this way, hammer this way, hammer this way, then they'll sneak the tight end out. And then what they will also do, again, as you see here, I'll play it through, is they will run that bootleg. All right? So I am going to pause it here, and we'll go to the next formation. Okay, guys, this is the next formation. It's very hard to see from here, but this is where the 2-back and 3-back are almost next to the quarterback. And on this particular occasion, all they're doing is a straight dive. So straight dive up the middle. Nothing fancy. Colton, Justin, it's going to be running right into your teeth, okay? So that's play 7. We'll show you the same exact formation, play number 16. So this is going to our left side. So this is just a straight dive left. You can see the 2-back and the 3-back. They're right next to the quarterback. Tailback's right behind them. And all they're going to do is a straight dive. Straight dive, nothing fancy. All right, we'll go to play number 16. Same thing, nothing fancy. This happens to be a fumble. We'll go to play number 29 now. Again, same formation. Bear with me here, it's getting a little crazy. Play 29. Here you'll get a good look from the back in terms of how this formation looks. So you see the 2-back and the 3-back basically right next to the quarterback. I'll just drag it through. Just a straight dive. Fumbles here. Nose guard, Xavier, whoever's there. People playing in the A-gap, it's going to be big there. You got to be disciplined. We'll go to play 40 again. This is all going to our left side. Play 40. Nothing real fancy. So play 40 again. You can see the 2 and the 3-back. 2-back, 2-back, 3-back right next to the quarterback. Straight dive. I want you to watch something. This will come up in the next play. Watch the quarterback. Watch what he does. He hands off, but then he carries out his fake this way. The reason he does that is they will run a bootleg that way, which I'll show you. Bootleg to the opposite side. So ends, corners, you've got to be very disciplined, okay? And I'll show you that play here. So that was to our left side. I'll go to play number 48.
Nothing.
Play number 48. Okay, this is play number 48, same exact formation. Again, you get a really good look at it here, and this time it's going to the right side. So I'll just drag it through. Fumbles. So they do fumble a fair amount, but you can see that he's falling right behind the 2 and the 3-back. Okay, we'll go to play number 49, which is the next play. Again, same formation. I'll run it through. That was a penalty. And one thing I did notice is if they if they get a penalty, they just run the same play back to back. So we'll roll it to play 50, same exact formation, dive right up the middle. You see what he does? He's pretty shifty. Sean, this is why you have to stay home, because while they'll run it up the middle, look at the running lane created right here, because there's nobody that's filling. And that's why the corner, Zach, in this case, it would be on your side. This guy's way too far out. You need to be almost even with the linebackers in being able to come down and fill. And then I'll play one more play. Let's see. 51, you'll see again, same exact formation. Another fumble. So they do fumble a fair amount. And one other play I had marked for this is play 59. Again, this is going to our right side. So you'll see nothing fancy, but he does go up into the hole, and then he'll typically cut out. So he'll go into the hole, and look at the running lane that's created because the linebacker's not filling. Watch this defensive end. Defensive end is just sitting there fighting, and the guy runs right by him. In this case, cornerback needs to be right into here. You got to protect your outside. You don't want to bounce it out. You don't want him to bounce it out, but you also want to be able to make a play. In this case, cornerback does come down. Offside, weak side linebacker actually makes the play. Okay, so that's that. Off the same formation, they will run a reverse. So in this case, we're going to go to play 62. And this is going to our left side. So remember, same formation, but what'll happen here, he goes to pick the corner up, this guy leads around the end, and then this guy tries to get outside. So just watch, I'll drag it through. This is why defensive ends can't get too deep. See, inside handoff to the 3-back. Defensive end does a nice job stretching it out. Corner stays home. Really not much of a gain. So that's that reverse. They run it to both sides, which I'll show you here in a second. So that's to our left side. We're going to go to play number 19. Again, same formation. And now they run it to our right side. There you go. This guy's coming here, picking up the corner. This guy's the lead block. And then the 3-back gets an inside handoff, and he'll either try to cut it up. In this case, I think he tries to get outside. Again, very important, contain, and also very important, Sean, or in this case would be Landon, because it's coming to the weak side, is that you fill, and also safety, you got to fill as well, Braden. So we'll drag it through, inside handoff. Corner does a nice job not getting caught inside. Linebacker does a nice job coming up and filling. Again, we'll show you the exact same play. Play number 26. Again, this guy's coming here, getting the end. This guy's lead blocking, and then this guy here is getting the ball. There you go, and look what he's doing. Look at that running lane. That's why that, in this case, Landon's got to be you filling. It's also got to be safety filling. Corner does a nice job staying home, coming down, and helping him make the play. Okay, out of this formation, they will also do a quarterback keeper. So we're going to go to play number 42. Let me rewind it here. So again, going to our left side. We'll fake the dive right there. And he just keeps going to our left side. Okay? Got to be aware of that too. Where all three blockers are coming this way. Defensive end has to contain. Backers you have to fill. Safety you have to fill. So he cuts it back up. Just tries to pick a hole. I'll play it through. There's a lot of running around. Might get, probably got about 6-7 yards, so I got the first down. Okay, same exact formation. We'll go to play 80. All right, play number 80. Okay, again, you see the same formation. Let's drag it through. And then he's going to our right side. So quarterback keeper to the right side. Defensive end you got to contain in this case. In this case, this blocker hooked the corner. And as a result of that, they get outside. Right there, he got hooked inside. Defensive end got hooked inside right here. Gets outside. Linebacker should be moving this way. He's moving that way. That's why I'm telling you, Sean, you cannot move back. Cannot move back against this team, frankly, against any team. Linebacker recoverer, safety eventually makes the play, okay? And then play number 82 will show you, which is also a quarterback keeper. This team, they basically will run these plays until we can stop them. So here's a difference. This is quarterback bootleg. I want to show you something. This is a different formation, very similar formation, but they're overloading. But in this case, it's just a fake dive, and then he boots to the weak side. In this case, defensive end does a nice job containing, but their corner gets sucked back this way. So defensive end does a nice job containing, and he will stretch it out, cut it back, and then they'll make the play. But watch that corner. The corner's out of position. He does eventually recover. So again, guys, we have to stay disciplined. I'm going to pause the recording here. That's 2 formations. We're almost done. Okay, this is the formation we went over yesterday. Again, it's hard to hear or hard to see. You'll see it on the side where they'll have 2 backs on the strong side, and then the 4 back on this side of the formation, and all they do is run this way. You know, they run to power or run to strength. So let me run it through. Again, nothing fancy. Inside handoff. He just tries to pick his lane. Watch his corner. Corner gets blocked downfield. This corner gets blocked downfield. Defensive end does a pretty nice job containing. We'll go to play 20. Again, this you'll see a little better representation where this tailback's way over here, the 2 and the 3 back are here, and they just do an inside handoff. It runs right to strength. Looks like they may even overload that side with 4 linemen. So we can watch that formation. We'll have to see that. Sometimes they'll put 4 on this side. Again, not a real change from what we're going to do anyways, but you can see the defensive end on this can crash pretty hard on this formation. Weak side defensive end. We'll go to play 25. Yeah, looks like they've got 4 people, so they've got 2, they got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's really an overload to this side. We've got to make sure that we adjust Justin and Blake, but again, nothing fancy. I think they almost have 5 people on that side. Here in this case, he's trying to get outside. So again, just adjust to this, and again, defensive end on this weak side defensive end, you need just to crash hard. Try to chase it down from the backside. Okay, we'll go to play 21, which is the next play. Here it's a balanced line. Actually, play 21. Same play, just to the opposite side. So now they're going to the left side. Looks like it's really an overbalanced line this way. 1, 2, 3, maybe even 5 kids on this side. So again, not a big deal. We just have to shift down. Landon, you're going to be playing more like a middle linebacker, and then Sean, you're here. So, and then we've got to shift our line down to the D, C, and B gaps. Okay, same thing that we practiced before. Again, so nothing different. So see where it's going. Pretty shifty runner. In this case, Jonathan, don't line up on the outside here, outside shoulder. Line up outside edge here and just take on this blocker is what you're going to have to do, either Jonathan or Dallas, depending on which side they're going to run it to. I'll go to play number 24, same exact formation, coming to our right side. Okay, again, yep, just they put their entire line on that side. So just shift. He's trying to kick it out. In this case, the corner bit, got turned inside, and they went outside with it. So in this case, you see the problem is that they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on this side of the ball. What we've been practicing is this entire line needs to move down. So obviously defensive end here, 1, 2, 3 should be on this side of the ball. No, again, nothing new, nothing different. Just have to shift down and then contain. I'll play it through. Defensive end, weak side defensive end, again, crash. So in this case, weak side DN should be here, and you just got to crash hard. That is play number 24. Go to 56, again, same formation. You'll see a good look from this side here. All they do, smash. In this case, it was a penalty. And 57, again, that was a penalty, so we know they were running the exact same play. All right, well, that completes for that formation. There's not really only one other formation that they run. I'll go right to it. We're going to go to play number 78. Where similar to the last formation, where they will have a unbalanced line. So you've got everyone but two. So you got two people on this side, and then four down linemen on that side, and it's just a straight dive. It's really no different than one of the other formations we saw. The only difference is instead of having three people on this side, we have two on this side and four on that side. Again, weak side DN should be here and then crashing. Ran the same play 79. Pretty quick hitters. And last play I'll go over. Last play that they run from this particular formation, and the only other pass play that they run to their tight end number 84 is, again, out of this formation. You'll see the weak side defensive end crash and really destroy the play. You've got that. Actually, it's actually that setup where it's the formation. We've got two backs on this side, and this back is more on the opposite side of the center. But all they're doing is putting one person on this side. We've got a shifter line down that. Same thing we're practicing. Defensive end should be here and crashing. You'll see why here in a second. And all this play is Braden. Again, you're reading number 4. He just runs a seam route. It's actually supposed to be a straight line. So it's a seam route. So Braden, you're keying on number 4 the entire game. Watch what happens. Because that defensive end is crashing, he's able to make the play. So we'll just run it through. See the DN crashing here. You see the end out here. Makes the play. So again, watch number 4. Here he is downfield. All these guys are linemen. They're not supposed to be downfield, but that's your tight end, number 4. So that's it. Guys, go over this many, many times before tomorrow morning, and have a good rest of your day.